Hello everyone and welcome back to Bitcoin Tips. So today we're going to be talking about why it's Bitcoin crashing today and what you need to know about this Bitcoin price correction and how you can use it to help you make more money in cryptocurrency. So let's jump right into the video today. So we're going to start out here on CoinMarketCap and just kind of take a look at the markets as a whole. Before we jump in any further, that's what I usually like to start with. So of course Bitcoin here, 56,700, well, it's changing, $755, down 5.45% today, and about 12.5, little over 12.5% on the week. So, definitely a big, drop. Overall, the cryptocurrency market cap is down to just under $2.5 trillion, and that's down 5.69%, so a little above what Bitcoin's down on the day. So, definitely kind of interesting to see how close those numbers are together. But moving down to number 2 here, Ethereum down below $4,000 again, just over 6%, almost 15.5% this week, which is a pretty big drop. Binance, very similar. Cardano, a little bit less, but still pretty similar. So we've seen a lot of drop overall in the crypto markets over the last few days. Now, clicking into Bitcoin here, typically I'll just stick with Bitcoin as the example because it is number one. It does dictate a lot of what goes on in cryptocurrency, but we can see the market cap and fully diluted market cap and all that. Volume's up about almost 6%, which is nice to see. A little bit more trading going on, and I think that's something that's really good to see. Most likely, people buying in on this little bit of a dip. Now, you see a lot of things out, news articles and, different videos on YouTube and blog posts and stuff like that saying, Bitcoin's crashing, what does this mean? Should you be pulling your money out? If you have money invested in Bitcoin, this specific event I would not be concerned about, because taking a look here at the 1 month chart, and we don't need to see the whole month here, we'll just go back a few days. So this video is recorded on November 18th, which is, right here. If we go back 10 days to the 8th of November, which, looks like I shrunk my chart here just a little bit too much. We can see the 8th of November here, we were still right up around $66,000, but just going back a few more days here, Bitcoin was right around, the $60,000 mark. So it's looking back across the month, 58,000, what are we at here right now? 56. So, we haven't seen, this 56 level in the last few weeks, but it's still not a huge difference from where we were just a few weeks ago. It's not like, Bitcoin's $40,000, which, at that point, you're looking back, back at the beginning or middle of September. So, it's not a huge drop. Overall, it's still up over the last 3 months, from where it started. And, while it is down on the 1 month chart here, it's still not down that much, and it's nice to see that there is a little bit of volume going on. That could be buys or sells going on too. But, what caused this and, what might be influencing this, I think, has a lot to do with the spot ETF, which I have a CoinDesk article on here. Now, of course, big news a couple weeks ago, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, which is the part of the government or sector of the government that controls how stocks and things like that are traded on Wall Street and, sets a lot of the rules and stuff like that. Well, they approved the first Bitcoin futures ETF. So you could trade Bitcoin futures on the stock market through your traditional brokerage account, IRA, 401k, stuff like that. So that was really cool to see. And of course, Bitcoin spiked in price that day, and I think that was part of the reason why we saw such a big increase in the Bitcoin price over the last few weeks, or, you can even say months since that's happened. So another ETF was proposed to the SEC recently here. So investors have long seen a spot ETF milestone in the crypto's breakthrough into mainstream investing. So, the futures linked ETFs, captured everybody's, attention in the news and stuff like that. But moving on here in the article, it kind of talks about how the person who wrote this wasn't very surprised that the SEC rejected it. Unfortunately, I have to agree with that. The SEC, I think, is either behind or really just doesn't like cryptocurrency and wants to kind of keep it out of there. At least that's the feeling that I get. That's my opinion. So, they might not be ready for it, or they might just, not want it on the, public markets, mixed in with stocks and stuff like that. So, they kind of said they weren't too surprised about it, and I wouldn't necessarily take this event as a, end all of Bitcoin spot ETFs. It could just be that we need to, give it another few months, and we'll see a Bitcoin spot ETF get accepted, and we'll see Bitcoin's price go up again. The fact that they approved the ETFs back in October, I think, was a huge step, even if it was just a futures contract and not necessarily a spot contract, or just straight up being able to trade Bitcoin. It was still a step in the right direction, which I think was really good to see for cryptocurrency as a whole. Of course, a lot of this stuff is going to start off with Bitcoin, maybe some Ethereum stuff, but you're not going to see things like Shiba Inu being, Shiba Inu features being traded on Wall Street, or, even something like Dogecoin or Litecoin. I would have a really hard time seeing as a ETF or something like that on Wall Street. We'd have a lot of room to grow before we get to that point. So that's kind of, what a lot of people think this has to do with the crash over the last, 24 to 48 hours. Because really, looking at the week chart here, scroll down, 15th, that was 3 days ago, we were up at 65,000, and then it kind of just started falling down, on the morning of November 15th, and kind of has just continued. We've only lost about $10,000, $9,000 to $10,000 here, which for Bitcoin, with how high the price is, that's not a huge decrease. So like I said, if you have money in Bitcoin and you believe in it long term, I would just continue to hold. You might still see it go down a little bit more, but I think within the next few months we'll start to see it at least back up to the 66,000 area, or just between 60 and 65 easily. So as new things come out, and new ETFs and stuff like that, and new investors, really, you're probably going to see a lot of new Google searches if you look at the search trends for what's going on with Bitcoin, stuff like that, for people who maybe know about it, maybe followed it, but don't have anything in it. Well, they might be seeing, wow, it's falling down, now might be the time to invest, and we might see some new money come into it as some of the older money is taken out and profits are taken. So that's, of course, just a theory. Always do your own research before investing past this video. But if you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't, you know what to do. And make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can learn more about spending, collecting, earning, and investing different types of cryptocurrencies. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.